Hello everyone. In this video today we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Business Insider that was published on September 22nd and written by Brian Logan. It is a major piece of fake news, propaganda, and basically a pile of bullshit that they've been piling up here, trying to make a case here for there being something with Spicer. You know, like he could have the smoking gun against Trump. It's kind of like pathetically funny here. Mueller's investigators want to know what Sean Spicer knew when he said Trump had confidence in James Comey days before Comey was fired. Now, the funny thing is he's told to do something, okay? He's told, yeah, Trump said that, he wants you to say this, this is what he says. So that's what he's going by when he was in his position. And the thing is, they want him to basically speculate on what was in Trump's mind at this particular time. And that should go to show how much of a witch hunt this is. Because they're literally wanting speculation as evidence. That's fucked up. I just look at the title alone. Mueller's investigators want to know what Sean Spicer knew when he said Trump had confidence in James Comey. Just look at that title. It's so slanted. Robert Mueller's investigators want to know what Sean Spicer knew when he said President Donald Trump had confidence in James Comey, the FBI director. Trump fired just days after Spicer made the remarks in the White House press briefing room, the Associated Press reports. Now, the Associated Press has been proven over and over to be full of shit, especially when it comes to Trump, his presidency, the election, all of it. When it comes to Trump in general, they've been proven wrong. And you're going to cite them as a source here, Brian. It's kind of messed up that you would. Well, you're doing a hit piece, you're creating fake news here, so actually it shouldn't surprise me. Mueller's team is asking for White House documents connected to the May 3 briefing during which Spicer said the president has confidence in the director in response to questions about Comey. Again, if he's told something and given a statement as press secretary, his job is to read the statement and then field questions. He did that. How do you even know? How do you even think that he's going to be like in the inner circle? I will never grasp, because that's not the type of position he's in, where he would be in the inner circle. But yet you want to try to act like he is. And on this idea of what he said, you know, that don't mean anything criminal. Especially when you idiots are pointing out, oh yeah, well, the left hand don't know what the right hand's doing when it comes to the Trump administration. But yet, when you're trying to prove bullshit Russian collusion that never happened, or hacking that never happened, or anything like that that never happened, all of a fucking sudden, when you're trying to do that, the left hand not only knows what the right hand is doing, it's helping it to accomplish what it's trying to do. It goes to show that you idiots want to have your cake and eat it too. You want them to be incompetent and the left hand not knowing what the right hand is doing, but then you want to have the left hand helping the right hand. It's one or the other. Can't be both. Reporters were scrambling to get clarity about Trump's position on Comey after Trump said the day before that the FBI director had given Hillary Clinton a free pass in the investigation of her use of a private email server. Mueller's team wants to know whether Spicer knew of Trump's plan to fire Comey, which happened days later on May 9th. Now, the thing is I love how they put this in quotes on a free pass. He did give her a free pass. It is not in the purview of the FBI, especially the head of the FBI, to decide who and who is not going to be brought up on charges. That is up to the DOJ. Okay, the FBI does an investigation. They say, yes, we did the investigation. Here's what we found out. Now it's up to you to decide whether or not that person's going to be prosecuted. So Comey overstepped his bounds. So regardless of anything, Comey was abusing his power as the head of the FBI to decide whether or not someone was being charged. And that is not in his purview. His position does not have that power. Yet, you people are trying to ignore that fact. Spicer's possible knowledge of discussion within the White House came into clearer focus Thursday when it was reported that he had taken copious notes during his time in the Trump administration. Oh, God. Another one of their big, scary smoking guns. He took notes. Big fucking whoop. He took notes. He's not part of the inner circle. Okay? When you're the press secretary, it's a good idea when you're having to go out there and deal with little weasel shitbricks at, like, you know, CNN, MSNBC, the New York Times. I can go on with this list. But if you're dealing with all these little shitbag leftist, globalist loving little fuckwits, you're going to take those meticulous notes so that you have your ass covered. It's that simple. And they pertain to his position as press secretary. But yet, you want to make it sound like they're this big smoking gun. The White House official statement said Comey was fired because of his handling of the Clinton email investigation, but Trump would later say he had the Russian investigation in mind when he made the decision. Trump also said firing Comey has taken great pressure off of him in the Russian investigation. Where did he say that? See, this is the fake news part of this, okay? He never said that it took pressure off, great pressure off of him. Okay, which if he had, you would directly quote him, as opposed to claiming he said it and putting great pressure in quotes, because you're taking something out of context and you're twisting the ever-loving shit out of it. Okay, because, I mean, regardless of whether or not the Russian investigation was on his mind, okay, there's that thing of it would still go on. Because Comey, see, you idiots think that us and the general population are morons. Like, we wouldn't have enough common sense to know that as the head of the FBI, he's not micromanaging shit. Okay, he's not doing anything like that, because you can't in an organization like that. All right? You need trusted lieutenants to handle your day-to-day. How the hell do you think, even though he ran the FBI with an iron fist and had purview and knowledge and a lot of different subjects, how the hell do you think Hoover managed to stay in control like he did? He had his lieutenants. There was kind of no difference between his FBI and the mob. He had his capos. He had his enforcers. That's how he remained in power. And he delegated. It's no different today. So the investigation would still go on, regardless. And here he is. You're leaving a couple key factors out. Here he is. He's being told by Comey, oh, no, you're not under investigation. all right, to his face, while Comey's reaching around and not only trying to jab a knife in his back, he's trying to sit there and twist it while he is. To me, that's a fireable offense. When you're literally trying to fuck me over like that, I'm not going to keep you around. I'd shit can you. I got no problems with him doing that. And he did mishandle. I love how you put handling. No, he mishandled the Clinton email investigation. Let's be honest. But looking at how you wrote this and things like that, you clearly don't like Trump. Especially when you're making up this fake news shit and taking something out of context and you're making it sound like he actually said something he didn't in regards to the Russian investigation. Mueller was named special counsel to oversee the Russia inquiry on May 17th, and the investigation has grown exponentially since. No, it has not really grown on the note of how you're trying to make it sound. It has grown exponentially, but not for what you're trying to imply. The reason why it has grown exponentially is because Mueller hasn't found a fucking thing. He hasn't found one damn thing. So, as a result, he's had to, mind you, against his direct order, like his, what he's been tasked to do, expand it to a point where he's going into, business deals long before, Trump was even considering running for president. I mean, it's getting really friggin' shady. They are so desperate. That's why it's growing. Okay? When you leave out the fact that pretty much everyone involved in the investigation was a Hillary supporter or a Democrat. That's pretty freaking fishy, but you're going to leave that out, aren't you, Brian? You're going to leave out a lot of things like, well, you did leave out a lot of things, I should say. And it's kind of disgusting because this is fake news. You are fake news. It's really fucked up that you're trying to push this narrative. There was no Russian hacking. There was no Russian influence. Okay? You people all like to ignore Seth Rich, who ended up getting a double tap. All right, double taps are the Clinton MO, especially for those that crossed them. When you have Assange and Wikileaks going just that CH short of flat out admitting it was Seth Rich that handed over everything to them. And the fact that they're offering a reward to find Rich's killer is, for all intents and purposes, an admission that Seth Rich was the one who leaked them the information. Which means that when it comes to Mueller, that dog don't hunt. Yet, they're going to keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny and waste a shit ton of taxpayer money, come up with nothing, and then end up probably having to go one step short of all-out fabricating something. They're going to, if anything, have one little thing that they can take and try to twist, like they're doing now, okay, to back their whole Russian influence hacking thing. Because a private Russian citizen took out some advertising, and it wasn't very pricey advertising. It was cheap. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money. Took out some advertising. It was like for a total of 1,000 ads, which I don't know if that's 1,000 views or what, but it was 1,000 ads, we'll say. Took out, paid for 1,000 ads. And the left is trying to say on this whole Russian thing that these 1,000 ads were enough to sway the election in Trump's favor on Facebook. And And they're trying to throw Facebook under the bus for this now. I mean, this is the type of situation we've got going on here. They're now eating their own. They're throwing Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook under the bus. It's this type of stuff that should have people going, wait a minute. If they're now going after Facebook for a guy buying 1,000 ads, what is there really to this Russian thing? Because the left is starting to sound like Jan from the Brady Bunch, except instead of Marsha, 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 it's Russia, Russia, Russia. We're all getting tired of it. We're all seeing through this. I mean, Jojo the Idiot Circus Boy could read your article here, Brian, on the business, here on the Business Insider website, and be like, "Duh, this is a complete work of fiction," because you've dumbed it down beyond the point of Jojo. That says a lot on what your concept is in regards to the general public. I mean, of your concept of what we are. And you think we're fucking morons. We're not. We see through you and your bullshit. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.